everybody. It's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. It's Friday, yay! It's been a busy week here at my house. We are going to be playing with the paper pumpkin kit that came this month for April, and it had a very cute stamp set, and then it had some cards, and you've been seeing that on my blog this week. But these are some pieces I had left over from cutting some cards apart, and then I used the stamp set and cut and stamped in the Melon Mambo Stampin' Ink a couple of those. So we are going to make a box that will hold these little tags, and I just used all the stamps from the stamp set in the coordinating colors. This up here is retired ribbon, so do excuse that. I apologize for that. I just didn't have any other color of ribbon, but I thought it would be cute to make a cute little tag box to gift to somebody. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I am pulling up to make sure that I see comments if anybody leaves them, and I will check that periodically while we're crafting away. Whoops. Whenever I click on the video, it makes the volume go up. Okay. So we are needing a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/8 by 5 1/4, and we're going to need to do some cutting on this. And then we have some Melon Mambo cardstock that we're going to need to cut as well to make the little pockets. And if you're new to watching my blog, hi Kathy, how are you? Happy Friday. All of the dimensions will be listed when I share this video on my blog. Okay, so first we have a piece of basic black cardstock, and we want to cut it at 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4 first, and then I'm going to cut it at 4 1/8. And then what we're going to do is on all 4 sides of this, we are going to score it at 1.5 inches. So put it at 1.5. And this is going to be the top to our little tag carrier. Okay, so I'm going to set that piece aside. As you can see, we have 6 sections there. Then you're going to need to cut a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches by 7 9/16. And I'm sorry for the extra little 9/16 there, but it just makes this box go together way better. And it's the line right after 7 1/2, just so you know. And then we need to cut it at 4 inches going this way. Okay. Now we're going to want to score on that 7 9/16 side at 1 1/16. So the line right after 1. 3 1/4. 4 5/16. So that's the line right after 1/4. And 6 1/2. Okay, so you're going to have a piece that looks like this. You have 3 smaller sections and 2 wider sections. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Now we need to cut 2 pieces that are 2 1/2 by 5 3/4. So let's make sure this is 5 3/4. And then we need it at 2 1/2 and 2 1/2. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to score both pieces the same way. So on the 2 1/2 inch side, we want to score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, so we did that one. We did that one. And then on the 5 3/4 inch side, we want to score it at 2 1/8, 2 5/8, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. Okay, so you're gonna have a piece that looks like that. 2 larger sections, 3 smaller. Now we need to do the long side on our other piece. So we have 2 1/8, 2 5/8, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. Okay. So I'm going to move my paper trimmer out of the way. We are going to come in with our bone folder, and we're going to want to fold and burnish all the score lines. Okay, there's that piece. There's that piece. Now on my video or on my blog, it'll also show you how we're going to cut these. So you don't have to worry about pausing it on the video. Okay, there's that one. So as you saw, we had very minimal pieces left over from my paper pumpkin kit. And all we added was these 2 pieces of cardstock, or sorry, these 2 colors of cardstock, but very minimal here. Now we're going to come in with our paper snips. I can't even talk. Jeez. And what we're going to do is on the 4 corners, I am going to cut these in half, just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to cut one of the pieces off like that, and I'm going to wedge these little pieces. So it's going to look like that. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I think I got my paper snips confused. Oh yeah, these are my good paper snips. Okay. Okay, then we're wedging. And now we just need to do this side. So essentially what I did was I made little tabs in the corners there, because that's going to fold up and be our lid. Okay. Then on the pink pieces, we're going to take this side tab and we're going to make that a tab. That's what's going to put our little box together. And then we're going to cut that bottom square off. And then all along the bottom, you're going to cut up to the intersecting score line and just wedge on those squares. Okay, so that's what that piece looks like. And now we just need to do the other piece the exact same way. Okay, so those are all of our pieces there. Now what we're going to want to do is on the bigger piece, on these four corners, we're going to round the corners. And don't get mad, I'm going to use my Creative Memories one just because it was on my desk and I forgot to grab my Stampin' Up! One. So I'm using this one. Okay, so I rounded the corners on those two edges. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, so now let's put together the little pink pieces first. So how this is going to work, let me show you guys, is it's going to fold up like this and make a pocket. And then we're going to seal the bottom like a box. So I'm going to bring in my tear and tape. Okay, and then I'm going to take the release paper off of that, fold that over. This is going to be my front because this is my back, and I'm going to put the back in first. Oh, hold on, let me put another piece of release tape over that front piece. Okay. And then I'm just going to add glue on my little tabs just to make it easier. So I'm going to put the back piece down, put my two little tabs down, and then I'm going to take off my release paper off the front piece and put it down like that. And then I'm going to just run my bone folder down. Okay, so we made a little pocket. I love that paper. If you're commenting, Kathy, on the corner rounder, it's my favorite corner rounder. I hate to say that. I know that's bad, but I love it. Okay. So we're taking the release paper off this one. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to fold this over. Okay. This is our front because this is where we sealed it. So I'm going to put some tear and tape here. I'm going to put the back down, and then I'm going to put my two tabs down. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the release paper off that front tab and fold that down. And then we'll run our bone folder down in there too. Okay. Next, we're going to put together our lid, and I'm just going to put some tear and tape here on these tabs. Okay, just like that. And then we'll take the release paper off. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to put our little tab in and form our box lid, just like this. Okay. And then what I like to do is I'm running my bone folder down, make sure those are stuck down. Okay, so how this is going to work, let me show you guys. These are going to get glued into the bottom of this section. Okay, so you can either use tear and tape or liquid multi-purpose glue. I'm going to use the liquid just because I tend to talk and sometimes move it, and I want to make sure that I have it down correct. And I'm not putting it all the way at the bottom. You can if you want. And then I'm just going to kind of run my bone folder in there and make sure it's adhered down. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And we're going to line it up where the other one is. Just like that. Okay. Now I cut some butterflies out here. We're going to fussy cut those really quick. The trick to fussy cutting is move your paper, not your scissors. Oh, sorry, I was a little off camera there, you guys. And I'm just going to glue one butterfly on each pocket to decorate those up. Oops, kind of got a little close there. Okay, and then let's just cut out this last butterfly because we'll want it for the front while we're cutting. And then we'll decorate everything up and get our tags in the little box. So the only thing we didn't make on camera was the tags. And like I said, I just thought it would take too much time stamping and each one, but it holds quite a bit. I'll tell you how many it holds here. Oops. I tend to get too close to myself there. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue these little guys down. Just like that. And then here's the tags that I made. So I made 2 of each one. And then let's see here how many we have. 2. So each side holds 5 tags. And I just used the stamp sets from the April Paper Pumpkin and, you know, added the basic white paper. And then this is going to fold up just like this. Okay. And we have that scrap that I had from the card. And I'm just going to glue that right on to the front. So that was a piece of the kit that was left over from my alternate project. And then we're just going to put on our lid. Okay. And then I had these little scraps. And I thought they'd be cute on the lid. So I used every bit of this kit this month. Oh, thank you, Kathy. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of bend the butterfly wings and only glue down the body. And I'm going to put that on the lid. And then I have 2 flowers here, and we will add some dimensionals to those and get them on our project here. So it's just a neat way to use your stamp sets, you know, besides just making the paper pumpkin project. So that's our project today, you guys. Thank you for joining me this lovely Friday. Oh, you know what? Let's add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the butterfly and flowers. Oh, whoa. Huh. That really came out. Ooh, my butterfly is going to be sparkly. Okay. Thank you. So you guys have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Bye-bye.